My life is ruined.
Because of you. You did that to him. And what was he to you but a teacher? Shame on you. You don't even know what you did, do you? Bestie, you're always like this. Like, you be starting some beef with people, but you don't even know you're in it. You're messy. And you're talking about the volume of my hair? Are you trying to start beef with me now? Yeah, it's flat today. We should talk about the volume of your audacity, though, because it's loud. My jokes are so lame today, but that doesn't matter because today is a sad day. We're not supposed to laugh. You ruined somebody's life. You ruined somebody's life. You want to laugh about it? Sicko. You're psycho! Almost as psycho as him. This man is Dan. Dan here is a therapist, or maybe he's a psychologist, or just psycho. I'm not quite sure what he is, but I know that he is a genius. Because what he does is he teaches you these amazing, manipulative tricks to gaslight and control the ones you love. For instance, to stop your partner from breaking up with you.
Here's how I make sure my partner doesn't break up with me. I made a video of occasional knocking sounds under a black screen, and I airplay this onto our TV in the living room every night when we go to bed.
Babe, did you hear the knocking sound? Do you hear that?
When my partner says something about it, I pause the video and act like they're crazy. Hello? There's nothing out there.
I could have sworn I...
Just being crazy. This makes the person feel isolated and alone in their suffering, while painting me as a rational savior so they're less likely to break up with me.
The way this sounds insane, but it would actually work. Don't try it though. Don't try it, you psycho. Kind of romantic, the extent one would go to keep their partner from breaking up with them, right? What an experience it must be to be this guy's partner. Am I right? This is not the only relationship hack he's got up his sleeve, no. He's got other tips and tricks to use on your partners.
This is how I train my partner to love me more. Here's how I make sure my partner doesn't break up with me. Here's how I train my partner not to cheat on me.
But then, there's been a shift in the content.
This is how I deal with being single. This is how I stay happy being single and alone.
Bro, what happened? What happened? What happened? Did your partner, like, find you on TikTok? Okay, anyway, I want to ask you, before we move on, I want to ask you a very serious question, okay? And I want you to remember the answer for this. How susceptible do you think you are to manipulation and gaslighting? Oh. Overconfident. I like it. You think you're in control, huh? Nice. Not me. I think I'm very susceptible. But hold this thought. And keep it in the back of your mind while we take a look at one of his other tactics, like outsmarting someone with read receipts.
When someone has read receipts on, they will intentionally not open your message until they feel like responding so that you think they haven't seen it yet. The iPhone preview window will display about 80 to 85 characters of your message. You can craft your messages so that those first 80 to 85 characters lulls the person with read receipts into a
false sense of security. I need to tell you something. Ever since the day I first met you, I have always loved how our friendship has been strictly platonic. Can you give me a ride to the airport tomorrow morning? It's like a Trojan horse, you know? They think they know what the message was gonna say, but in reality, there's a whole different truth within the text. I'm in the hospital, in so much pain. I have no idea how, but the doctor told me I broke my back from carrying this relationship. What is holding you back from communicating with me? That's genius. I love it. And you know what? I would so fall for this, wouldn't you? So all of these tactics, all of these tricks, all of his tips, they just, for some reason, didn't rub everybody the right way. And he steps up, makes an announcement. PSA for everyone. We are very close to having a serious problem. He was mad at you. You're mad at him? No, he's mad at you.
I try to make sure that what I say appeals to as broad a range of intellectual deficit that I can.
As dumb as you can be. You know, he has to formulate it in a way your dumbass would understand.
But on some level, you have to be willing to meet me, maybe not even halfway, maybe 30% of the way, because every single thing that I say is not going to apply to the minutia of your life specifically.
It's not always about you, okay? It's not always gonna be relatable for you.
That's when you have to take what I said and use your brain, if possible.
If possible.
to fill in the gaps so that it applies to your specific situation.
He's trying to help you.
Your unwillingness to meet me in the middle is causing me a lot of problems. And if I'm having problems, you're gonna have problems, believe me.
He's mad at you, bro.
And if I'm having problems,
You're gonna have problems, believe me.
Dan. Pookie. I'm sorry, Pookie. Don't be mad at me. Dan was breaking up with you. That was a breakup. That was literally a fight. Like, Dan was breaking up with you. He is sick and tired of you. But then a few days later, he comes back to his senses and he's like, what have I done? Please watch. Beyond embarrassed about this, and I'm sorry.
Hi guys, I just wanted to say I'm really sorry about my last post where I kind of blew up at you.
You know, he's a little bit unhinged.
It's completely unacceptable for me to talk to you like that. When I rewatched it, I was just mortified. And so, I want you to know that you guys are the reason that I have anything. You're the ones who are liking and following and commenting and reposting, and I never should have taken it out on you like that. Whatever I was going through. Not that it's an excuse.
Don't worry, I forgive you, man. I forgive you.
Let's just move.
Gone.
Let's just forget that it ever happened and we can move forward, and I'll keep posting funny stuff and it'll be great. So thanks again.
I forgive you. It was like my fault anyway, you know? It was my fault for misinterpreting, like, you know, your humor. And then something happened and he just derailed.
I hate being a therapist! Ah! All day, I just have to listen to people complain about their stupid problems, and I just want to be like, shut up! Nobody cares! This is the only honest advice you're ever gonna get from a therapist. Get over it!
Oh my God. Is that how your therapist really feels about you? So quit. Is everything okay, Dan? What's happening? Bro has legit gone crazy. Uh-oh. Man's derailed. He has lost his mind. You can see it in his face. Imagine he is your therapist, you're his patient, and you had just walked out of his office thinking that, you know, you're going through a process of healing yourself. And then you open up TikTok and it's your therapist. I'd be done. Every tiny little thing, I would just bottle it up and I'll just never share it with anybody. People were mad, okay? They were like, wow, like that is just unprofessional, you know? Someone said, that's why I refuse to go to a therapist.
Hi everybody. So something happened yesterday that I do want to address.
Yeah, you lost your mind.
I allowed myself to be a human being.
Okay.
And I think a lot of people are not used to thinking of a therapist as a person, so they got angry.
But online? Digital footprint, man. Digital footprint.
Because they saw that their idea of a therapist as sort of a magic fairy who could wave a magic wand and fix all their problems was wrong. And I am truly sorry if you thought that, but I am a person. I'm not perfect. And an overwhelming reaction to the video was, well, now I'm not going to go see a therapist because this is really discouraging for me. And so to those people, I want to say that if the idea that your therapist is a person who's imperfect, just like you, is going to be what discourages you from seeing one, then good. Don't go. Clearly, I have a lot of work to do myself, but I'm allowed to do that. I'm not going to apologize for that. I'm sorry if that disappoints you, but I'm not going to apologize for anything that happened in the video because I think a lot of you needed to see it.
Damn, that was deep. You know, that was legit. But then, I've got some bad news. His fans and all these people that were so angry at him for expressing, you know, himself the way that he did online, which again, you know, it's his fault. Digital footprint. They all got mad, and somehow they took action against him. And Dan here says, you all got your wish. They were like, you know, a man like this does not deserve his position, a therapist.
My life is ruined. I lost my license. They took away all my clients. I feel like I'm in a nightmare and I can't wake up. But I know it's my fault. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm a piece of garbage.
Don't say that. Someone said, get over it. Because that's what he said in his, like, breakdown video.
Get over it!
Talking about your problems, get over it! That's what he said, right? So, somebody thought it was an appropriate time to. Carly says, good. Alright, well. What do you think? What are your thoughts? Honestly, it's kind of harsh. I mean, I get it, but it's kind of harsh. What do you think? Now I want to bring back the initial question I asked you when I said, how easily manipulated and gaslit do you think you could be? Because what have I told you this entire time? He was just gaslighting you. This entire thing was a manipulation ruse. And you and I fell for it. How I make everybody feel bad for me and do whatever I want. Hashtag life hack.
Here's how I make everybody feel bad for me and do whatever I want. This is called a tear stick. If you've ever wondered how actors fake cry, they're probably using one of these. Simply apply a little bit of this and you'll be crying in seconds. I used one of these in a recent video where I apologized for getting canceled.
Get the f out.
My life is ruined. I'm sorry.
In reality, I wasn't sorry at all. I also use it whenever I want to make my partner think I care about something.
I'm sorry I cheated on you.
Oh my god.
Or when I need to get out of a situation, no questions asked.
What is it? You're scaring me. I'm sorry, I gotta go.
So when you see somebody crying, take it with a grain of salt because they might be faking it for sympathy.
Unreal. This man is a master at the craft. Absolute genius. Like, I was literally second guessing and doubting myself the whole time. This is what being gaslit feels like. This is what being manipulated feels like. I want you to remember this, because one day you may be subject to this. In the dating world, in a potential relationship, this might happen to you if it already has not, and you're gonna need to be able to snap out of it, bestie. Like, I literally, in the middle, I was like, am I being gaslit? Because I think it's working. Like, unreal. This whole thing was just a gaslight ruse. I applaud it, you know? I think of myself as a smart person, and I fell for that shit. Let me know down in the comments below, guys. Did you fall for it or not? And, you know, let's be honest. Okay? For once. It's so interesting. You know, he's literally used his audience like an experiment, you know? His audience, all of us, we are just lab rats, you know? He's the mastermind and he's just controlling us. He's just swinging us left, right, and center. We follow. I swear. That's nuts. That's nuts, you know? It really puts into perspective how the real world could actually look, you know? If this is the controlled environment, his TikTok. So imagine the amount of manipulation and gaslighting out here in the real world. Y'all best watch out. Y'all be careful. Be careful out here. This world is a mess. Even if you didn't think he was for real, even if you knew he was gaslighting you, or if you knew this was an act or, you know, a little manipulation ruse, you still might have had that slight doubt, thinking, what if this is actually real? You know, what if he's not joking? And that's enough. That's enough to kind of start manipulating you. Someone's literally said, imagine this is actually all real. 13,000 likes. That's how many people got that little doubt, you know? They're like, wait a minute. That is scary. Psychology is just beautiful, isn't it? Damn, man. But yeah, guys, that was pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed today's video. Did you big thumbs up? Let me know down in the comments below, guys. Were you manipulated? Were you gaslit? Or did you survive? Let me know, guys, down in the comments below. But that was pretty much it. I'm going now. Bye.